The Honolulu Police Department, HPD, is the principal law enforcement agency of the City and County of Honolulu, Hawaii, headquartered in the Alapa'i Police Headquarters in Honolulu CDP. Officially recognized as a part of the government of the Kingdom of Hawaii in 1846, the police department serves the entire island of Oahu, which is coextensive with the City and County of Honolulu, covering over 600 square miles, 1,600 square kilometers, of territory, with just over 900,000 residents, not including military members, and over 4 million annual visitors. The island is divided into 8 patrol districts which are then subdivided into sectors and beats. HPD currently has more than 2,500 employees, 2,134 of which are full-time sworn officers. A 2003 Department of Justice report listed HPD as the 20th largest police department in the nation. Unlike the other 49 states, Hawaii does not have a state police agency per se or individual city agencies. Law enforcement is the jurisdiction of the individual county governments. HPD is nationally accredited by the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies and received the Kalia Arc Excellence Award from them in 2006. Kingdom of Hawaii. In 1840, the Supreme Court of Kamehameha III established the first constitution for the Kingdom of Hawaii. The Constitution paved the way for the act to organize the executive departments of the government signed on April 27, 1846. The law created the office of Marshal of the Kingdom, the highest-ranking police officer in the Hawaiian nation. He nominated, instructed, supervised and controlled the sheriffs of the kingdom, of which there were 4, 1 for each administrative region of Kauai, Oahu, Maui and Hawaii. Each sheriff administered a corps of constables officially appointed by the 4 royal governors. Constables wore a distinct police insignia that consisted of a scarlet crown with the initials Kive in honor of Kamehameha III. The insignia was worn on the arm and on a red band on their police hats. Sheriffs of Honolulu. In Hawaii, the office of sheriff falls under the Sheriff Division of the Hawaii Department of Public Safety. It is the functional equivalent of a state police department and has the distinction of making Hawaii the only U.S. state without an officially named state police department and one of 2 with a statewide sheriff's department, the other being Rhode Island. Although the Sheriff Division's jurisdiction covers the entire state, its primary functions are judicial and executive protection, security at the Hawaii State Capitol, law enforcement at Hawaii's airports, narcotics enforcement, prisoner transportation, the processing and service of court orders and warrants, and the patrol of certain roads and waterways in conjunction with other state establishment. In response to a crime wave in the late 1920s and early 1930s as a combined result of increased racial tensions between whites and local ethnics and the outcome of the Massey case involving too much political influence on the police, Territorial Governor Lawrence M. Judd appointed a Governor's Advisory Committee on Crime. The committee recommended that a police commission be appointed by the mayor of Honolulu, whose duty would be to appoint a chief of police and to supervise the operating of the police department. The committee also advised that the office of sheriff should be retained and charged with the duty of serving civil process, of maintaining the Honolulu prison system and to act as coroner. On January 22, 1932, a special session of the territorial legislature passed Act 1, establishing the Honolulu Police Commission and creating the Office of Chief of Police. Thus was born the modern Honolulu Police Department as it exists today. Modernization. 2 Honolulu police cars with their lights on, 2015. The first instance of modernization came in 1952 with the introduction of the Honolulu Police Department's current badge. It was designed by Detective Alfred Karate and embodies Hawaiian tradition and culture in its motifs. One feature that Detective Karate kept was the use of the Pulu'ulu or kapu staffs. They are symbols of law and order from ancient Hawaii. The most aggressive programs of modernization for the Honolulu Police Department came in the 1990s. It was furnished with a fleet of new Ford Crown Victoria police cars equipped with onboard computers and a fleet of BMW police motorcycles. Officers also have the choice of using their own private vehicle for law enforcement duties as part of a subsidized program. The vehicle has sirens installed and removable blue police light which is put on the roof of the officer's car. On October 16, 1992, the Honolulu Police Department opened its multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art police headquarters in downtown Honolulu. The building was called Hale Mackay and featured the latest technical advances of its time, including a DNA crime lab unit.